Amir had never stepped inside a house so grand. Marble floors stretched endlessly beneath his feet. Chandeliers hung like fallen stars from the ceilings, and silence wrapped around every corner like a velvet robe. He had grown up in a modest two-room home in Rawalpindi, where every wall held memories and every creak had a voice. This mansion in Islamabad's posh F6 sector felt like another universe. He wasn't supposed to be here, not really, but after his father's death and mounting bills, Amir had no choice but to take the job. Housekeeper, cleaner, sometimes gardener, sometimes errand boy, anything that paid. The estate belonged to the Shafiq family, owners of textile mills, known for their wealth and elegance. Amir expected to serve an aging couple, perhaps a few servants in uniform. What he didn't expect was her. Sana Shafiq, daughter of the house, 22, rich, educated, stunning, and utterly unaware of the world beyond her gilded cage. The first time Amir saw her, she was walking barefoot across the marble floor, humming a tune to herself. She didn't notice him at first, until he dropped a tray of water glasses and shattered the silence. She turned, startled, then laughed softly. "You're new." He nodded awkwardly. "Yes, ma'am. Amir." She waved her hand. "Don't call me ma'am. That's for the staff. I'm just Sana." He blinked. Wasn't he the staff? From that day, Amir became more than just a housekeeper in Sana's eyes. Part 2. Glimpses and Whispers. Sana was curious by nature. While most of her friends were glued to their phones or planning parties in the hills, she found herself wandering the garden, watching Amir prune the roses. "You do this every morning?" she asked one day, crouching beside him. "Yes," he replied without looking up. "Plants need routine. They like care." She studied him. "You talk like they're alive." He smiled faintly. "Aren't they?" They started having small conversations. He spoke of the weather, the plants, the way clouds moved. She told him about books she read, her boring socialite friends, and her dreams of escaping the cage she lived in. "I wish I could just leave," she whispered once. "Go somewhere no one knows me." "Why don't you?" he asked. She gave a sad smile. "It's not that easy when you're rich." And he realized something that day. Both of them were trapped, just in different cages. Part 3. The unspoken weeks turned into months. Their encounters grew longer. Conversations became deeper. They shared dreams, regrets, fears. One evening, after a particularly heavy monsoon rain, the power went out. The mansion turned dark, but the garden glowed with raindrops. Sana found Amir sitting under the gazebo, lighting a small lantern. She joined him. For a while, they sat in silence. "You ever wonder why we meet people we shouldn't fall for?" she asked softly. Amir stiffened. She looked at him. "I know. We're different. But I feel like you see me. Not the heiress, not the money. Just me." He looked at her, heart pounding. "And you make me feel like I matter." She reached for his hand, just for a moment. In that fleeting touch, something unspoken passed between them. Real, fragile, and terrifying. Part 4. Storms Within. The next day, everything changed. Her mother noticed the shift. "Why do you talk to that boy so much?" she asked. "He has a name, Amir. You're a Shafiq. He works for us." Sana said nothing. That night, Amir was called to the study. Her father sat behind a grand mahogany desk. "I hear you've grown friendly with my daughter," he said coldly. "I respect her, sir." "Respect is not affection." Amir said nothing. "You will leave," the elder Shafiq continued, quietly, with a severance, no scene. Amir returned to his quarters. Number. He didn't sleep, didn't eat. In the morning, he packed his bag and left. No goodbye, no note, just silence. Part 5. 1 year later, Sana looked out the window of her new apartment in Lahore. She had finally escaped her parents, moved to another city, started studying literature at a university. Her life looked perfect on the outside, but she felt hollow inside. She had tried to find Amir. No luck. He had vanished like a chapter never finished. Until one day, walking near a bookshop, she heard a voice. So, if you water them daily, they'll survive even the city air. She turned. There he was, Amir, wearing an apron, explaining plants to a customer outside a small garden store. Their eyes met. Time paused. Then, Sana, he whispered. She smiled. Hi. Part 6. No More Walls. They sat on a park bench that evening, the city glowing around them. You disappeared, she said. I had to. Your father... I left them. He looked at her, stunned. I'm not their prisoner anymore, she said. I make my own life. I want to write, to love, to be free. He held her gaze. And me? She took his hand, like before, but this time she didn't let go. You were